What is up, Broncos fans? The Denver Broncos Show back here again to do another video. In this video, I'll be recapping the Broncos season opener against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hell of a way for us to start off the season. We beat the Steelers 31-19, start the season off on the right foot, 1-0. Great win for us over a really tough Pittsburgh Steelers team. I mentioned in my preview for this game that this was going to be a test to see where our team was at. You know, playing on national TV, Sunday Night Football season opener against a great Steelers team. This was a big test for us, and I would say we passed that test with flying colors for the most part. This was a pretty good game for our offense. The Broncos offense finished with 334 total yards. We had 240 passing yards and 94 rushing yards. Just a real balanced attack and real good team effort on the offensive end here against the Steelers. I thought we did a real good job of changing the tempo of the game, did a phenomenal job of executing in the no-huddle offense. Every time we ran the no-huddle offense, we scored every time, so you like seeing that. That's something I thought we really could utilize to great effect here against what I think is an aging Steelers defense, and we did a good job of wearing them out with that no-huddle offense. And Peyton Manning just looked like a surgeon out there, made great decisions, quick decisions with the ball, and always really got us in the right play and really gave us an advantage every down, and that's what you get when you have Peyton Manning as your quarterback. So I thought he played well, and offensively, we just did a great job of having a balanced attack. For the Steelers offensively, they finished with 284 yards of total offense. They had 209 passing yards and 75 rushing yards. I thought defensively, we did a pretty damn good job of not giving up any big plays in the passing game, and our rush defense looked great. I thought our defensive line played phenomenal here against the Steelers offensive line. Did a great job of winning that battle up front and did a great job of clogging up the middle. Every time the Steelers were able to get a positive gain rushing the ball, it's usually because they bounced to the outside. We didn't do a great job of sealing the edge defensively, but we did a great job of clogging up the middle, and I thought we were more physical up front than the Steelers offense was in this game, and I thought that was a big reason why we kind of shut down the rushing game here in this game. So just all in all, a real balanced effort. Love what I saw of the offense, and I thought defensively we played pretty damn solid. Now looking at some of the good things we did on the offensive and defensive sides of the ball here in the season opener against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Offensively, we did a lot of great things here. We only had one turnover. You like seeing that. Thought we did a great job of taking care of the ball. The one turnover we did have was a Willis McGahee fumble, which you hate seeing. But with the exception of that, did a real good job of taking care of the ball. And like I said, Peyton Manning made really good decisions here against a very tough Pittsburgh Steelers defense. We averaged 3.5 yards per carry against the Steelers defense. You love seeing that. I thought our run game was pretty good. Could have been better, but I thought our offensive line blocked well all game and did a good job of allowing our running backs to have some holes and get upfield and make some plays, and I thought we did a good job of setting up our passing game with our run game. You love averaging about 3.5 yards per carry against a tough Steelers defense. They're very good in stopping the opposition's run game, and I thought we did a good job of at least making them respect our run game so we could set up some big plays in the passing game, which is what we were doing pretty much all game. Offensive line, as I mentioned, did a good job in the run block, but they also did a pretty damn good job of protecting Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning was only sacked 2 times, and he got right back up. I mean, neither one was a real big hit, and just all in all, I thought our offensive line did a real solid job of really containing the Steelers pass rush. Obviously they were without James Harrison, which is a big loss for them, but they also have Lamar Woodley, who I think is one of the better pass rushers in the NFL right now, and I thought we did a pretty damn good job of keeping him in check and just keeping the Steelers front 7 in check. Peyton also did a great job of reading the blitzes. That our running backs did a great job in the blitz pickup, and just all in all, as an offensive unit, we did a real good job of protecting Peyton Manning and blocking up front. Was real happy to see that. There was one exchange here in this game where you saw Peyton Manning audible 3 times. I believe we were down in the red zone, and Troy Polamalu was coming off a safety blitz. That was something I mentioned in my preview that we'd have to look out for. Peyton Manning immediately read it and just was able to audible. Saw Troy Polamalu was going to blitz again. Was able to keep everyone calm, kind of step out of the play, audible again, and then just eventually call the timeout, milk the clock. Just real smart decisions, really quick decisions by Peyton Manning, and our blitz pickup and the audibles and adjustments that Peyton Manning was able to make against the Steelers blitz was huge for us in this game. We had 3 wide receivers with at least 5 catches in this game. Peyton Manning did a phenomenal job of distributing the ball. Demaryius Thomas, Jacob Tamme, and Eric Decker all had 5 catches, all played really well. And that's what you get with Peyton Manning. He does a great job of kind of sharing the wealth, if you will, and spreading the ball around. He did a great job of that here against the Steelers defense. We outscored the Steelers 24-9 in the second half and 17-6 in the fourth quarter. Did a great job of really taking over this game in the second half. The Steelers controlled the entire third quarter, but because of that screen play that we had where Demaryius Thomas took it 71 yards for a touchdown. We were able to outscore the Steelers in the third quarter with only having the ball for 21 seconds. That's the big play ability that you have when you have wide receivers like Demaryius Thomas and you have a quarterback like Peyton Manning who's going to give those explosive playmakers the ball in good spots and get them in the best position that they can be and always give us an advantage. And I thought that was huge for us, that score that we got with only 21 seconds left in the third quarter. What was big for us, and just in the second half in general, I thought our offense came alive. Our defense started getting to Ben Roethlisberger, and just all in all, the second half was really big for us. Really did a great job offensively of scoring with that little bit of time in that third quarter, and that's just kind of completely taken over the game in the fourth quarter. We were 5 and 9 on our third down conversions. You like seeing that. Third down offense could be better, but for the most part, I thought we did a pretty good job of converting on third downs and keeping drives alive. And as I just mentioned, the time of possession in the third quarter, the Steelers had the ball for 14 minutes and 39 seconds of the third quarter. The Broncos only had it for 21 seconds, yet we still were able to outscore Pittsburgh. That's what you get when you get a quarterback like Peyton Manning. He's able to get those big plays and help you score quickly, and it doesn't matter that a team is able to really kind of control the clock. And actually, that worked to our advantage because it allowed Peyton Manning and our offense to rest, and they just came out, had that big screenplay, and we were able to outscore Pittsburgh in that quarter 7-3, even though we only had the ball for 21 seconds. That was huge for us. And overall, Pittsburgh controlled the time of possession. They had the ball for 35 minutes and 5 seconds. We only had the ball for 24 minutes and 55 seconds, yet we were more effective offensively. And I thought we did actually a better job of controlling the tempo than Pittsburgh did in this game. So that stat's kind of deceiving, and all that had to do with the no-huddle offense. Great job once again executing in the no-huddle offense, and all in all, just a great game out of our offense. Not really much to complain about as a Broncos fan in terms of what our offense did in this game. I thought they were pretty precise and had a great opener here against a very tough Steelers defense. Talking about what the Broncos did defensively here in the season opener against Pittsburgh, I thought all in all, the Broncos D looked pretty solid. Definitely we got some things to work on going into the next game against Atlanta, but all in all, you got to be pretty happy of how our defense played and the way they performed here in this game. I thought they really turned it on in the second half, and they made plays when we needed them to. We had 5 sacks here in this game. You love seeing that. Did a great job of pressuring Ben Roethlisberger. Von Miller had 2 sacks in this game, both of which came in the last minute of the game, I believe. He turned it on, made some big plays there down the stretch. Derek Wolfe had a sack, Wesley Woodyard had a sack, and then Chris Harris and Joe Mays each had half a sack. So you like seeing that. I thought our pass rush, the pressure on Big Ben, pretty damn good all night. Big Ben made some plays, was able to get out of some sacks, and he played real well and was pretty evasive in the pocket at times. But all in all, I thought our pass rush was really great here in this game against the Steelers offensive line. We held the Steelers offense to only 75 rushing yards. They only averaged 2.9 yards per carry here in this game against us. You like seeing that. I thought we did a pretty good job again of stuffing the middle and really doing a good job of clogging up the middle. The Steelers really only got yards when they bounced it to the outside defensively. Got to do a better job of sealing the edge, but all in all, just played real physical up front and did a good job of shutting down the Steelers' run game here in this game. We held the Steelers to 9 points in the second half. Defensively, like I said, we turned it up in the second half and started to get to Ben Roethlisberger more often and did a good job of really just pouring it on and turning it up when we needed to. And like I said, the defense made big plays when we needed them to, and they did a lot of that in the second half. And also, a lot of that had to do with our offense doing a real good job of controlling the tempo there in that fourth quarter. And then last but certainly not least, the biggest play that our defense made in this game was obviously the interception by Tracy Porter, which he took 43 yards for a touchdown, which eventually sealed the game for us and essentially sealed the game for us. Great play by Tracy Porter, great route recognition by him to jump the route, get that pick, and take it to the house. Huge play by Tracy Porter, and he's known for doing that. He's made a lot of big plays, a lot of big interceptions in big game and big game situations, and it was great to see him step up in that spot. So defensively, played real well. There was a couple bad things. The tackling could have been better. I thought there was a couple missed tackles, especially by our corners in our secondary here in this game. Got to sharpen that up going into our next game against Atlanta. And then the third down defense was not very good. The Steelers were 11 of 19 on their third down conversions. They had one big conversion on 3rd and 18. Defensively, you just can't let that happen. So there was a couple breakdowns in our secondary. We got to get that fixed and improve our third down defense against Atlanta, because if we play as, I would say, average as we did on third down here defensively against Atlanta, it's going to be a long night for our secondary. So that's got to sharpen up going into the next game. Now talking about some individual numbers here, just looking at what everyone did. Offensively, got to start with Peyton Manning. He finished 19 of 26 for 253 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Peyton Manning was phenomenal. I've already talked about how great he was throughout this video. He was so accurate, made big play after big play, did a great job of executing the no-huddle offense, had the great play to Demaryius Thomas on the screen pass that Demaryius took 71 yards for a touchdown. You love seeing that. Did a great job of sharing the ball and spreading the ball out. Had countless good passes and good completions to Jacob Tamme and Eric Decker. Had one big, I think, third down completion to Brandon Stokely when we were in the back of our own end zone. That was huge for us to keep the drive going. We ended up scoring on that drive. So Peyton was just flawless, and the offense just flowed real well. It's a great game out of Peyton Manning and a great start for him as the new quarterback of the Denver Broncos, and he just played phenomenal in this game, and I'm sure he was real happy to start the season off like that and get a win like that in his Broncos debut. Willis McGahee had 16 carries for 64 yards. Like seeing that. Willis had a couple big runs for us in the fourth quarter to keep the clock moving and to keep our drives going so we can milk the clock, and he was big for us in the fourth quarter. Don't like the fumble, but all in all, I thought Willis played well. Demaryius Thomas, great start for him to the season. 5 catches, 110 yards, and of course the touchdown on the screen pass. Just a little bubble screen. Demaryius took it to the house, just burned the entire Steelers secondary, just ran past everyone, showing off that big playability and speed that he has. And you love seeing him start off like that. It's good that him and Peyton are kind of starting the season off like that, and both of them had the type of games they did, and hopefully they can build some chemistry off that and continue to kind of get a rapport with one another going into this game with Atlanta. Demaryius was phenomenal, and that touchdown that he had was humongous for us. We probably wouldn't have won this game without that play by Demaryius Thomas. Jacob Tamme had a real good debut. 5 catches, 43 yards, and a touchdown for Tamme, and then Decker had 5 catches for 54 yards. Decker kind of had a quiet game, but Tamme was huge. The big touchdown pass on 3rd and goal, I believe, that he had from Peyton Manning was huge, and he had a couple nice catches as well. It was kind of a safety blanket for Peyton Manning, so you'd like seeing that. Defensively, Wesley Woodyard was all over the place in this game. He had 12 tackles and a sack. He really stepped up in this game and was just making play after play. Really had a nose for the ball in this game, and like I said, was just everywhere on the field. He was big for us. Tracy Porter had 8 tackles, 5 pass deflections, and of course the interception in the fourth quarter return for a touchdown. Great debut for Tracy Porter. He saved a couple touchdowns in this game. There's one 3rd and goal, I think, for us that Pittsburgh, it looked like it was going to be a sure touchdown. Tracy Porter was able to get a hand on it. Had a couple huge pass deflections in this game that saved a touchdown and a couple big plays. Tracy was phenomenal. Of course, the interception to seal the game. And then Von Miller finished with 4 tackles, all of which were tackles for loss, and then the 2 sacks to end the game. Great way for Von to start the year. So that's it for me, guys. That's my recap of the Denver Broncos 2012 season opening win over the Pittsburgh Steelers. We now are 1-0. Great win for us. Great way to start the season. Leave me a comment below with what you guys thought of what you saw from our team, what you liked, what you didn't like. Leave me a comment below. Always love to hear your guys' feedback. So thanks for watching, and as always, go Broncos.